My family moved to the US about 60 years ago. Blue collar guys, they work in the oil field. These guys are men amongst men. Like these guys, they don't play around, like all they've ever known is work. And that's kind of like the environment that we grew up in. I just want to be someone they can be proud of.
He's the strongest powerlifter that ever lived.
2,000 people are on their feet.
Oh, listen to the crowd cheering.
No one's ever totaled this, even in untested.
My performance in 2023 solidified me as one of the best lifters to ever compete. I remember after my last deadlift, when I was celebrating, I wanted to jump off the stage to go hug my mom. My mom's health, like right before, wasn't well. That was the biggest motivating factor going into that meet.
I'm not gonna lose. Like I'm not, whether she's there or not. I want to make my mom proud.
And then going into Sheffield 24, I've established myself as the world's strongest powerlifter. At this point, I'm the one who's pushing the bar, right? The bar is Jesus Olivares. I just had this sense of confidence, right? Training was going great. It was as strong as I'd ever been in my life. My deadlift was clicking, my lockouts were smooth. Everything was in line to repeat, right?
Oh, and he muscles it up. Absolutely. Does he get it? 2-1. The strongest man alive. Jesus Olivares.
That squat literally shook my soul. It took a part of me with it. And after that, it was very difficult for me to essentially continue to rebound into the meet.
Huge expectations on this guy.
Whoa. And there it is.
He racked it too early. Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. Oh.
He's had a bad day. Can he still win?
Oh.
Well, that is not how we expected this to go at all.
It was one of my worst meets to date. You gotta live with that. I gotta live with that. The only way I was able to kind of like stay sane after that was that I knew I had given it everything. Although my goals weren't met, I think I was meant to learn a lot of lessons that year. One thing that I've learned through my career is simply you have to stay true to who you are. You have to stay true to your family. I get a little emotional, but it's like my sister told me before Sheffield this year, she didn't care how I performed, just to help hold my head high because I'm living our dream.
Having an older brother, it's just been a huge inspiration to me. Not only is he squatting over 1,000 pounds on his back or have over 900 pounds on his hands, he's also carrying the weight of his family. That inspires me because he's a great man, a great brother, and a great son. And I know he will be a great father as well.
That always gives me a sense of strength. I might not believe I can do it, but my family knows I can do it. That's when I can go beyond what I even think is possible.
It is return of Jesus Olivares as he tries to win yet another world title.
Going into Worlds, I was hurt. I didn't really live pain-free until maybe like 10 to 14 days out. So it's like every time I was lifting and I was hurting, like I just remember telling myself like, what am I gonna tell my son? My son is going to look at me and think that his dad is the strongest man alive. If I don't believe in my heart that I am, and if I don't continue to push towards being that, I wouldn't be able to look at him with a clear heart and a clear conscience.
There were questions about Jesus and the condition he might be in today. Jesus, plenty more.
He is not missing.
With my son on the way, it just kind of awakened this forgotten sense of competition in my heart. My father really wasn't present during my life. I essentially grew up without having to know what it is like to have a father. My brother, Mo, he did a good job being my role model. I want to be a father who can teach him every single hard lesson that I've ever learned. You gotta persevere, and above all, set fire to your dreams.
Jesus Olivares taking his 4th world title.
4. There it is.
There it is.
Almost
4.
on cue.
Honestly, like this year's Sheffield, I am way more excited because by that point, my son's gonna be 3 months old. His personality is gonna be showing, like his eyes are gonna be open, like I'm gonna spend a lot of time with him. My son could very much well be the cataclysm that my mom was in Sheffield 23. He's gonna be 3 months old, like he's not gonna know if I win or lose, but it's simply if I gotta load 440 kilos on my 3rd deadlift, you know, like we're doing it. I need to at least leave everything on the platform, and that way, you know, I can give that to my son. The spirit of giving it your best, regardless of what people think. The challenges to my character under insurmountable weight, it can't stop me from being the man that I want to be for my son.